time for the next part of the Final Fantasy VII video walkthrough that we've been doing. We're up to part 15 now, and if you remember where we were up to in the last episode, we just got to the top of the cliff, got through all the caves, got through all the boss fights, and we're finally at the North Crater. So let's jump in and have a look and see what's going on. One thing as well, previous videos in this series have been like 15, 20, 25 minutes long. This one, I'm going to keep it under 10 minutes, so it's going to be a nice digestible sized chunk. After the scene, you'll be on the slope leading down the side of the crater, so as soon as you've got control, just head to the left. Keep on heading to the left. There's no enemies that should cause you any real problems here. And eventually you'll reach this screen, and if you've not got Tifa in your party, she's going to join up with you at this point. Don't worry about gearing her up too much. As long as you can throw a dragon armlet on her, that's the main thing. Because in a few minutes, you're going to pick up a weapon for her, and that's going to bring her up to standard. And it's going to let you fit any materia that you can't quite fit in a weapon at the minute. Unless you've been using Tifa all this time, in which case, you're good to go. Now, continue to head to the left and make sure that you grab this Neo Bahamut materia. You do not want to miss this materia. A, it'll stop you from getting the Master Summoned materia later on, which we want. And B, it's nice. You want it. If you keep heading over to the left after you've saved, you'll see a little scene where Rufus and the gang have turned up, and they're pretty much certain that they've found the Promised Land here. And, I suppose to a certain extent it fits their criteria of the Promised Land. They just want it for its Mako. And the planet's gathered a lot of life stream energy here to heal the wound from Genova. Make sure that you inspect these two cloaked figures as well, because you'll get a couple of items out of them. And then just wait for the storm to calm down and just run straight through. It's not the last we'll be seeing of this. It does get a little bit harder, but as long as you time it, you're good. Now run up here and grab this chest. This is the one where you get a decent weapon for Tifa, the Kaiser Knuckle. So make sure that you equip that and put any materia that you couldn't fit in earlier, get them equipped. Again, you've got to dodge this kind of wave formation this time, but it's a steady pattern, so you won't have any issues with it. Just wait for it to go calm, wait for the green wave to go past and sprint through. And in the next screen, you're going to bump into Sephiroth. Now, he's going to get the drop on you, and you're going to be left with a Genova fight. It's not too difficult to fight. Make sure that you've got some fire-absorbing equipment, or at least some way to reduce fire damage. As long as you've got dragon armlets on everyone, you should be fine. As per usual, at the start of the fight, big guard. Cast regen on yourself if you want to keep your HP up there, and then just unload with your strongest attacks. You don't really want to use Magic Breath because Genova will absorb that, so just keep hitting it with Aqualung, keep hitting it with Limit Breaks as you get it. If you've got any level 3 spells like Ice 3, that's pretty useful, but yeah, it's not a difficult fight, especially with the fact that you should have 2 ribbons now. You should have everyone with Dragon Armlets, so you should be halving that damage pretty much straight off the bat. Now once you finish the fight, you'll get a reflect ring. It's not really very useful, but it's fun to have. Make sure you grab the MP Turbo materia and Poison Ring. Again, not really very useful. Now this one can be a little bit tricky, but you just got to wait for the lightning bolts to go. If you're just patient with it, wait until there's just been a lightning bolt and it's stopped. Like this, and then you can just sprint through. You've just got to be patient with this one. Now, before you can cross into the next area, you're going to get some scenes with Sephiroth, and he's going to give you some flashbacks that throw Cloud's version of events from the Calm flashback into doubt. I'm not going to show all of it, just because, it takes a little bit of time, and, you should be watching this stuff yourself. You should be enjoying this if you've never played the game before. But you should recognise this guy if you've played Final Fantasy VII Remake. So, So as you can see, Sephiroth's just completely destroying Cloud's fragile little head, and it's kind of worked. Well, I say kind of worked, it has 100% worked. Now I don't get why Red 13 doesn't realise that something's a bit off at this moment in time. You'd think he would do, but no. Red 13 just flat out agrees that he's going to run to the centre of the crater to where Cloud is, and yeah, he's got the black materia on him. You can guess what's going on here. Sephiroth absolutely loving it. And then the party are going to arrive, and things are going to descend quite quickly into chaos. Hojo's going to go on a bit of a rant about what Cloud is, saying that he created him 5 years ago after Nibelheim, which is half true. More on that later. But then Cloud's just going to hand the black materia over to Sephiroth, and things are going to take a really bad turn. At this point, I'm going to end this episode now. I'm going to let the scene play out as it does in the game, so if you want to continue watching you can do, but thanks very much for checking out the video, and I'll see you with the next episode where we're picking up the pieces of what Cloud's just done. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and more than anything, have a great day.